Well, happy Monday to you, sports fan. Glad you could join us here at the Proview Network studios. I am Adam Deal. This is the Proview Network Rundown. We've got Isabel Gonzalez. She's done from faking being sick. She'll be here to talk about the New Mexico Lobos hoops in the Lobo Lair, talk about some of the things that are coming up here soon. And then, of course, we got the crew in the zoo. What's going on, guys? That was interesting.
That was the raptor taking it out. What's up, people? How's it going?
All that it's a Monday. We're not going to do hype or not hype today. We're just going to kind of be not hype about a Monday.
Yeah, I mean, we had a snow day at least last week, so I mean, I guess that kind of makes things better, but yeah, it's a normal Monday.
Josh, you doing okay over there?
I am. It's a Monday. I got my cup of Joe.
You were singing. What were you singing? Give us a little taste.
You never closed your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. I was watching a little Top Gun this weekend.
That was absolutely beautiful.
I feel like he's done karaoke before, Adam. You think he's done karaoke before?
We may have seen him get down on some karaoke from time to time.
Yeah.
He's very good. He can carry a show, and you just saw it. All right, so we're getting into the thick of things, right? District play is over, and now so it's all the district tournaments. But before we get into district tournaments, what do we have? Guys, we've got a championship deciding game tonight, and it's a tie-breaking game as the two rivals are going to go at it. The El Dorado Eagles are going to take on the La Cueva Bears, and where else can you watch it but right here live on Proview Sports Network on Comcast Channel 26, and we'll be streaming it on the NFHS Network as well, and you can check our schedule for listing times a little bit later today. But the game is at a neutral site, guys, and so we're going to talk about this game in just a little bit as it'll be at Sandia High School. Now, here is the news if you do not know. Cameron Valencia has torn his ACL, and it's the worst of news from what I consider to be the best player right now in high school basketball here, at least in the local area. And so it's very sad to hear, and Tyler Quintana is going to have to carry this team and wield them for as long as he can, and I don't know if that's possible. So we'll find out. We'll talk to the guys, and we'll see their game, obviously, tonight. Now, the NMAA can take either team above each other in seeding and selection, and so El Dorado will get a higher seed than La Cueva, but La Cueva can help their cause with some wins. Now, this is an old bracketology and some projections, and it is going to drastically change tomorrow, and I'll tell you exactly why, and we'll get back into this bracketology a little bit later. But La Cueva basically is trying to get more district championship wins, as that'll help their criteria and improve their record. So win tonight will bode well. Winner of this will host the district championship game, which will be on Proview Networks this Saturday. And so, guys, we're in the thick of things as we get ready for the state tournament. And what's it going to be? It's going to be the bracket breakdown. And guess where you can watch the bracket breakdown for all of the brackets from A through 5A, boys and girls.
Adam, let me guess.
You, Alden.
Proview Networks and Comcast Channel 26.
Networks. Guys, we're going to put on Twitter and Facebook as well. And so we want watch parties. We want to know if you're watching. We want questions. We will start at 5:30. The NMAA will release brackets at 6. And then once we have them, you'll have them as we'll give you all the brackets. And then we'll give you our projections at 5:30 and what we think is going to happen. And the experts, right? The experts will be talking. You guys will be a big part of the show. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. That'll be this Sunday. I can't believe it's here. I just can't believe it's here.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's always one of my favorite weekends because it just kicks off that state tournament, and usually we have a great time doing it. It's fun seeing everybody's watch parties, seeing who's gonna get in, who's not gonna get in, and it's all here on Proview TV.
Bang, bang, bang.
That was a good plug, wasn't it?
That was a great plug, actually. We got some highlights to get to. I love that. Do that again, Josh. What is that?
Zoo,
Let me see it.
Taken the zoo there. It's supposed to be a raptor or some type of.
I don't think it's a raptor.
Some type of indigenous bird. Yeah, indigenous bird. Raptor. Predatory bird. I mean, look at the talons on this thing. Hold on, let's slow it down.
Okay.
Look at those things.
That's pretty good, man.
Some talons.
That's pretty good.
Predatory bird.
All right, so Albuquerque High School had a monster week last week, guys. I mean, all they had to do was win, maybe even win one game, and they're in the tournament. And they lose to Monsanto, but okay, here's your second chance against Sandia. Win and you're in, maybe a 16th seed. Here's what happened Friday night.
shooting-wise. And here's Lucas Jordan for three. Still looking, fires to the far side. It's Perea, and he answers right back. A three, yes, back to back for Lucas. Look out, another three-pointer for Jordan, and he's three.
Plays like we expect him to. Here's this.
Tapia's Buck-Elk's on the wing. Here's Ferguson straight away. He wants a three-pointer, and it's raining triples. Buck-Elk on the wing, and here comes Jordan, and he wants his fourth three-pointer. Twining and dining. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And it's Serrano, nice drive. Seconds to go in the quarter. Ferguson splits a double. It's going to go all the way high window. The tip, are they going to count it? Yes, they do. So Deontay Bernard's going to get a steal, and Bernard's going to roll it in. So it's Cooper on the low block. Nice dish. Cutting inside was Serrano lost it. Here's Ferguson now. Oh, he's blocked. Tapia's going to pull up on a three-pointer. Right back at you. Says for three, and he missed it short, but Majetti's got the board, the putback, and it's good. Been kind of a jinx on the free throw line. Here's Tapia for three, and he hits. And here comes Tapia. And Tapia underneath. Driving all the way, and it was tipped away. Look out, here comes Lucas Jordan, and he rises. Oh. Tapia spinning, 17-footer. Yes. Lucas Jordan is there. He's going to get the handoff on the right hand, and he finishes.
Never by Sandia.
Kick out to the wing, and Perea. Serrano, hickory-dickory block. Here's a three out of the wing. That's
A wasted opportunity for Albuquerque High School, and now the only way into the tournament is win the district tournament. Now remember, you get an automatic bid if you can win your district tournament regardless, and so Albuquerque High School is going to have to run the table. Now a tie-breaking game in that district because Manzano loses to Capital is taking place tonight in a neutral court in Santa Fe at Capital High School between the Santa Fe Demons and the Manzano Monarchs. And what does this mean, guys? Is Santa Fe, because they tie for the district championship, is back in control in a chance to host a playoff game. And so what we thought maybe a bracket that was going to be crazy looking and Santa Fe is going to have a 14 seed or something, that's not the case anymore. So they kind of saved themselves a little bit.
No, that's good, Adam. We saw, me and Josh actually saw Santa Fe play at the Los Lunas tournament earlier this year when JB was still playing. And, I mean, they look like a legit contender with JB. They had some pretty nice pieces, but since he went down, things have kind of been up and down for them. But kudos to them, man. Like, losing your best player, your all-state, like pretty much top 5 player in the state goes down, and you're still able to pretty much hold ground and get a pretty decent seed. Kudos to them.
Yeah, I mean, things were a disaster for a while, Josh, and then now Santa Fe, and I'll tell you, it's pretty close. And I'll tell you this too, and we're going to go over what the bracket told you, my old one looks like. But Max Prep's rankings come out tomorrow. It's so big because it's going to decide a lot of things seeding-wise. Santa Fe now, I believe they are battling with Clovis, and I think it comes down to the coach's input form on who gets that last home game. So it's going to be really close. So it's big for Santa Fe, Josh.
Yeah, huge for Santa Fe. And I mean, they've been doing all right. We had Santa Fe against Manzano. Was it last week? Yeah, after the snow day. So Wednesday, and Santa Fe looked pretty well. I mean, they're shooting from the outside. So, I mean, Santa Fe now in the driver's seat, like you said. I mean, with the win, was it tonight against Capital or against?
So to be against Manzano at the neutral site is at Capital High School,
okay,
yeah.
There you go. So, I mean, Santa Fe Manzano, rematch of last week. So, I mean, and it gets down to the tough times. I mean, we're, at 4 games apiece now that they're playing each other. So these games are always the toss-up.
Yep, and we'll break it down a little bit more for you in just a moment. But we've got to talk some college sports. In fact, actually, we're going to get to some more highlights here as we go to break with Highlands and their games this weekend. And then when we return on the backside of these highlights and the timeout, we'll have Isabel Gonzalez from Lobo Lair. She'll be on with us.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
I'm Troy Lefane, head coach of the USL New Mexico franchise, and you're watching Proview Sports.
Back to the beautiful studios of Proview Networks here in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. Adam Deal here on the Proview Network Rundown. That is Isabel Gonzalez from Lobo Lair. She comes on Mondays, usually every Monday, to talk about the New Mexico Lobos basketball team and what's going on. She was sick last Monday, so now you're back in the studios. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adam caught me somehow.
I'm kidding, obviously, right? Under the weather, obviously, and so back at it now. And we'll start some things we'll talk about what happened against Utah State at Utah State. And Lobos started nice in the game and had a little bit of a lead, and then things kind of got away from them fast.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of like the story of the entire season. The Lobos have maybe a good first half, and then they'll kind of blow it on the second, or they'll switch it. They need to play consistent for the entire 2 halves,
This is the story of their lives, right?
Yeah, well, that game, I think that's what's frustrating for Coach, because he keeps trying different things. And like he saw on the first half, defense was good, offense was not bad, and then second half, they just let her get away. Even with turnovers, I think their goal was to keep it single digit. And they got 8 in the first period, but they got 10 in the second, which obviously broke that goal. They couldn't do it. And Utah State took advantage of that. They got 23 points off of those. And they also took advantage of second chance points better than the Lobos did. So Lobos really need to just get better at taking care of the basket. And if they're taking shots, they're making it, they need to make sure there's someone there to grab it so they can also take advantage of the second chance points.
Tough one against, I think, Utah State, too, because Utah State, depending on which bracketology you look at, is the last 4 team to make it or last 4 team out, and so they're kind of on the bubble trying to get into this tournament. And you look at Nevada losing to San Diego State's kind of opened the door for them, and so this was always going to be a hard game on the road because it's at San Diego State. But the Lobos yet to get that marquee road victory. But let's move forward now, and you think maybe there's room for some optimism because of these last 4 games that New Mexico's opponents are playing, right?
So maybe. Right now, the Lobos have a losing record. Maybe, yes. You can't be sure with the Lobos.
No.
But they are 11-15 overall right now and 5-9 in the conference. They need to win all 4 games if they don't want to end up with a losing record.
Yeah.
And Ken Palm actually has them winning those 4 games. Whether or not that's true, who knows? But the first one.
And so who are
is
these
good.
next 4 opponents?
The next ones are San Jose State on Tuesday, so that one should be an easy win. Then Colorado State, Boise State, and Wyoming.
And now Lobos beat San Jose State at home, pretty big, in a big margin.
92-60.
Okay, and so, and then Coach Weir wanted to keep them under a point, right?
Yeah, so, that was a good game for the Lobos.
Yeah.
You had Corey Manigault, who had a pretty good game there. But the coach had them at the beginning of the game, and during halftime, they had goals. And their main goal was to keep San Jose State under 50 points. they didn't make that happen. So the next day they had to wake up early and, work it out.
That doesn't sound fun. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it
But,
does.
and they got a 32-point win, but they're still having to work. But hey, that's Paul Weir now. Okay, so then Colorado State was a game that everyone kind of scratches their head because Lobos lost at Colorado State earlier this season, and they didn't just lose, they got smashed. And that was after New Mexico had beaten Nevada the week before, so kind of a head scratcher, I think. But Colorado State obviously not on the up and up this season. Winnable game at home.
Yeah, well, I think with the entire conference, just Nevada lost to San Diego State.
Right.
So you can't really tell who's going to be where. Maybe the top 4 teams in the conference are kind of locked already, but really anyone can beat anyone right now. And I know I keep saying that like every week, but it keeps being true.
It is. And then Lobos ending their season off also playing Boise State, who they have not played. That's one of the teams that they do not play a home and home this year. So it'll be the first time they meet Boise State. Again, Boise State, they've been a roller coaster ride as well, yeah?
Yeah, also losing record right now. And it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Weir approaches that team because they haven't played them this season. But right now he hasn't mentioned any other team other than San Jose State because that's who they're playing. And he was talking to Jeff Grammer after the game, the Utah State game on the road. Mm-hmm. And he said that his main focus is not the games they're going to be playing and where they're going to be in Vegas, is really getting it together. Because they're trying different things offensively, but they keep doing things that just screw themselves over. So all of those turnovers they had during the Utah State game, a lot of those were passes. So sloppy passing, if that's what's hurting you, that's something you can fix.
Yeah.
So the team just needs to keep working, keep just looking at themselves and asking, why am I doing this? Or what is it that's not working? Because if you're trying different things and you can't find one answer, that's kind of bad.
And the Lobos won their season against Wyoming in Laramie as they'll take on the Cowboys to finish things off. And so those are the last 4 games, though. But the way you phrase it to me off air and now on air is Lobos can finish with a winning record, 11-15, 5-9 in conference, 11-15 overall. You get these 4 very, very winnable games, even for the Lobos standards. If you can go on a streak here and finish your season off with these 4 wins, they would be 16-15 and 10-9 in conference and 16-15 overall going into the Mountain West tournament and hopefully start a run. So, I think that's the objective here, right?
So actually, they have 4 games left, and they have 11 wins right now. So
okay, my bad. My math is terrible.
Yeah, so they'll be 15-15, and then
15-15 and 9-9. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that my strong suit is not a mathematical equation, even though that's my.
Well, like I was talking about with KenPom, they had New Mexico be the number 6 seed in the conference.
Yeah.
They're going to play Wednesday, no matter what, right now, it seems like.
Yes.
But
I think they want a 6 seed, though. I think that's where they want to be. You avoid Nevada, that side of the bracket. You've proven that you can beat Utah State. On a neutral court, it's more going to be a Lobo fan base than Utah State, I would imagine. So if you can get by the first round and get to the 2 and 3 seed, that's what you want. That's my opinion, I think.
Yeah, and Lobo fans usually travel pretty well. Who knows about this season? I know a couple of fans have been disappointed about what they've been seeing, but the Lobos also haven't been taking advantage of home court advantage, like here at the Pit. They've lost quite a few games, more than they have in a really long time. But maybe Vegas will give them new energy. They call it Pit West. So. Are you
excited? You're going out there. Are you excited?
I am.
I was just saying, I was very jealous. You get to go to Vegas for a week and cover the tournament. Mm-hmm. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, get to see some good basketball, hopefully.
All right, well, lucky you. Oh, and lastly, what did you think about Josh Brown's beautiful karaoke singing voice?
He actually has a really great voice.
Look at that, JB.
It's really good. Does he actually take singing classes or anything?
Well, no,
it's really good.
It's more about showmanship. And so Josh Brown's voice is a good voice, good strong voice, but he's a showman. So when he gets that mic in his hand, you got to see him as karaoke. Then it's ball game. So if you're ever at Spectators, that's JB. Okay.
I feel like he could do a song for the show.
Should we, JB? Could you do that?
It's the Daily Rundown with lots of sports. We got sports from high school and college too. It's the Daily Rundown.
That's actually a gorgeous jingle. That's the way to finish this segment. Isabel Gonzalez, Lobo Lair, where can people find you?
You can read my stuff at thelobolair.com or check out our stuff on Twitter at the Lobo Lair feed or mine at @CIsabelG.
All right, we appreciate you as always coming on. We'll close some things out here in just a moment on the rundown.
This is Amaya Brown from the CBLOW Cougars. You are watching the Daily Rundown only on Proview Network's Comcast Channel 26.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change will occur.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Rundown, don't forget you can join us tonight, tie-breaking district game to decide the #1 overall seed and hand out a district championship trophy for District 2, and that is La Cueva taking on their rival El Dorado. No Cameron Valencia to be at Sandia, and we'll have it for you. We'll have the broadcast here at Proview Sports Network. Guys, your final thoughts as we go into that game? Give me some predictions. Come on. I want to hear it.
I'm going to say El Dorado. El Dorado wins.
El Dorado?
Yep. I'm going to take El Dorado.
Why?
I'm gonna say that Quintana scores. I think he's gonna score 25 plus tonight to seal the deal.
Well, he's gonna have to. No Cam Valencia. Don't you think he's gonna have to score more than that?
I'd say 30 max. He has to at least put up 30 for them to
Okay,
win.
you go El Dorado. JB, what do you got?
I mean, I'm sticking with them. Fly Eagles fly. They got me. I mean, they were my last win for lock of the week. I mean, I went 0-2 last week.
Okay. No Cam Valencia, no problem, I guess.
We did do that My 50. All three of us were there for the My 50 last time they played. And I mean, La Cueva, they started to come back there at the end, but Quintana was able to close them out. So let's see with Valencia not playing a second of the game, how much that's going to affect the Eagles tonight.
I think no Cam Valencia, it's going to be a problem. I go Bears. But you can join us tonight. Appreciate the crew in the zoo. Appreciate Isabel Gonzalez from the Lobo Lair joining us on this Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday with a lot of highlights and updates. Don't forget, we will have fresh bracketology posted on Twitter tomorrow for both 5A boys, 5A girls, 4A boys, and 4A girls. So check it out on Twitter at Proview TV. We'll see you later.
It's the Proview Daily Rundown. All them balls so hard, Iowani. Josh Beartrap Brown. There is Jason Southwest Bull 2. And don't forget about Adam and the Real Deal. Daily Rundown.